service the rest. Darrin Horn is the victorious head coach of the Norse. He's on headset off to our right. Coach, congratulations on an incredible come-from-behind victory. You were down by 9 at halftime. I'd be interested, first of all, in knowing what your message was to the team in the locker room at halftime.
Well, basically, Jim, just that we hadn't guarded the way that we're capable of, right? We didn't feel like we were near aggressive enough defensively in the first half, way too passive and allowing them to do what they want to do.
Coach, you say that about your defense, but you look at the two halves, you scored 20 more points in the second half than you did compared to the first half, 49 versus 29 points between the two halves. What was the major difference on offense?
Well, I think a big part of it is when you're more solid defensively, you've got a better chance to play well offensively. You know, we're really proud of our guys from the standpoint of how aggressive they stayed offensively in the second half, stepping in and shooting the ball and attacking the basket.
You know, the epitome of how you guys like to be aggressive defensively and have things dominate defensively came right near the end of the game when Trayvon Faulkner just swiped the ball at midcourt away from Jalen Moore, took it and really kind of sealed the victory. That was just a tough defensive play.
Well, and the best part about that is, we feel like we gave the Oakland game at our place away by letting him come down the floor and do something 4 straight times. So it was good to see the response by our guys to lock in on that and guard him the way you need to have a chance. And even if you do that, he may do something terrific. He's a fantastic player.
You guys got 43 points from the trio of Sam Vincent, Marquez Warwick, and Trayvon Faulkner. When those three guys score like that, you guys are going to be really tough to beat, aren't you?
Well, and I think you look down like we've been talking about so many times, right? Hubie comes in and gets 6 points. I thought Trey Robinson had as good a game as he's had all year. 12 points, 9 boards, 5 assists, and only 2 turnovers. There's a guy that impacted the game at a high level. And so, again, the scoring was good and the shot making was great. We hit 15 threes, which is the most I think we've hit this year. But I think more importantly, once again, you go down the box score, and everybody contributed to help us win. And Emmanuel was not very good in the first half, but I thought he came back in the second half and gave us a little presence. And so just really good to see the response from those guys.
Really nice weekend for Chris Brandon in Detroit at his old school. And here today, 7 points, 11 rebounds with a couple of blocks. He really just kind of solidified you guys in the paint area, didn't he?
No, he really did. And, it's hard to play against these guys because he gets caught at the rim a lot. And I thought he did a good job of defending without fouling. And, he was 3 for 3, too. Had some putbacks. We posted him once in the first half, and he had a nice finish. And, again, can't say enough about the job that Chris Brandon has done for us, especially in the last few weeks.
You've talked a lot with us about the fact that the biggest variable, your biggest concern when it comes to this team is, will they show up or not with consistency? 4 straight games now on the road. You didn't win all of them. You lost the one at Cleveland State, but you go 3-1. You guys really showed up, so to speak, in all 4 of those games.
Yeah, there's no question. I think it begins and ends with, as you mentioned, Trayvon and Sam and Quez being at a high level mentally. Quez didn't miss some shots he normally makes early in the first half. Was getting bumped some, didn't get some calls, but, just stayed aggressive, really defended, and, stepped up in the second half when we needed to.
You always talk about whether they're playing well or not at a certain time of the year. The key is to be playing well at the end of February and into the tournament. Are you guys there right now?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question we're playing our best basketball because everybody that we have is playing well and contributing, and that's what we have to do. There's no team in this league that, has anybody that has a roster so deep that, if everybody doesn't show that they can be good. There's some great individual players in Antoine Davis and kids like Jalen Moore, but, it's going to take a collective effort to win it. And right now we feel like we've got, kind of 1 through 8 that plays. Everybody's coming in and contributing, which is what you want this time of year. Now, you got to go out and do it in tournament time on Thursday, of course. But we've done it, and we've done it, let's be honest, amid some pretty adverse circumstances with the schedule that we've had here as of late.
Well, 7 road games of your final 8. It's almost like you guys against the world, and you did a great job of it. You get 2 wins this weekend. You clinch a first-round bye on the Thursday night, and you come back here down by 9 at halftime. You come back and get the win. Just a super weekend for you and your club. Yeah,
and we reminded our guys right before we stepped onto the floor here when we huddled up to start the second half. Guys, we were down 8 here last year. This is about us coming out and competing and being who we need to be to give ourselves a chance, and they really responded. And this is a group that, you've got some guys that have done an awful lot for Northern Kentucky basketball, Trayvon Faulkner especially. Marquez Warwick just set a single-season scoring record. It would be great to have a crowd of 5,000 or more at our home tournament game on Thursday night. And, I'll do whatever I have to this week. I'll go door to door if I need to. I definitely will out on campus. have to try to get our students there. But we need a big crowd on Thursday night. These young men deserve it.
Well, congratulations on the win and so far in the regular season. Let's hope there's some great things to come as we begin postseason play on Thursday at home.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Congrats, Coach.